Hey y'all, a7riv guy here, and I'm going to answer the question, is the 16 to 35 GM, 16 to 35 millimeter G Master, is it an acceptable face-on video lens? So right now I'm out in the wilderness. Typically when I'm backpacking, I don't want to carry too many lenses. Well, if I'm doing an overnight or multi-night trip. So, you know, is one lens, is a 16 to 35 a good choice? Because obviously I'm going to do face-on video segments such as this. I'm going to do still photos, and obviously having that wider angle makes capturing landscape photos a lot better. But how is it, and this right now at this point in time is at 16 millimeter. So how is this performing for video at 16 millimeter? And we're gonna zoom it in here in a second to 35. So let me step out of the frame. This is f2.8, by the way. Now I'm not going to go to 35, I'm going to go to 24. So this is 24 millimeter, just to give you a comparison, you know, how well or how poorly this performs. Obviously with the 24 to 70 GM, the 24 to 70 G Master, you know, it's a lens where you can zoom in a lot more. You know, this one is going to be 16 to 35 millimeter, so we're at 24 millimeter right now. Let's take it to 35 millimeter. Let's see what this does at 35. So this right here is 35 millimeter, and let's see, the lighting here is kind of interesting, but I think, you know, if you're going to carry one lens, and this is the best amount of bokeh you're going to get out of this, because this is shooting wide open f2.8 at 35 millimeter. I mean, I guess I could move a little bit closer to the camera here and, you know, and defocus the background a little bit more because I'm closer, but you know, that's one thing that you're going to compromise if you're only carrying one lens and you're going to do face-on video segments. This is about the best defocus background, bokeh, whatever you want to call it, that you're going to get. And I think it looks good. I think there's good subject isolation. Obviously, I've got my field monitor up there so I can see this when I'm not talking to y'all. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely awesome. So it's really a matter of personal preference. Do you want more bokeh, or do you want the wider angle? And it's kind of a tough decision. I know the 16 to 35 GM is a little bit lighter than the 24 to 70 GM, so that's an advantage. Obviously, you know, with backpacking, you know, you're probably going to be getting a lot of landscape photos, landscape videos, so it may be in your best interest, if you're only carrying one lens, to do the 16 to 35 GM. Now, where the 24 to 70 GM would have an advantage, obviously, as we discussed, the bokeh, the defocus background. So, you know, that's something you're going to get. You're going to be able to better dissolve those backgrounds at, excuse me, I got hiccups, at 70 millimeter than you would at 35 millimeter. But keep in mind, if you do go with the 24 to 70 GM, 24 millimeter is still pretty wide. So, you know, that may be as wide as you want to go. But for some reason, in both the 24 to 70 G Master and the 16 to 35 millimeter G Master that I'm filming with right now, both of these lenses are razor sharp. So I have no complaints there. Actually, I may even think that the 16 to 35 is sharper than the 24 to 70. You know, tell me what y'all think. But I wanted to post this video because if you're like me, you know, these lenses aren't cheap. But you want to get, you know, if you want to get the best quality, you know, the sharpest video, the sharpest photos, and something that's a versatile lens. I mean, obviously, this being a zoom lens, I'm getting prime-like, you know, fixed focal length lens type performance out of this. So I mean, it's awesome. And you know, if I'm going to carry one lens, you know, should I carry the 16 to 35 G Master or the 24 to 70 G Master? And for me, I think you know, and I've tossed this back and forth, but I think for me, it's the 16 to 35 if I'm backpacking, and it's the 24 to 70 for anything else. Because obviously, if you're photographing people, you know, you're going to want that 70 millimeter. So, you know, another option would be to carry the 16 to 35 G Master and then toss something small and lightweight like the baddest 85 millimeter. And by the way, expand this video's description and then click the link there, and you can find all these lenses, the camera body, the microphone solution I'm using. And, you know, thanks in advance for checking that out. But, you know, that might be another option. Carry your 16 to 35 GM, keep it on your camera, but if you need to do some portraits or have something that's more zoomed in, slap the 85 millimeter prime lens on there. So tell me what you think within the comment section below, and be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/a7riv. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day. Hey y'all, Captain Irix Guy here. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. It's youtube.com/Irix Guy. And ring that bell icon when you do to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.